35. West Toronto, 36. East Toronto, 37. Hamilton, 38. Ottawa, 39. Kingston, 40. London, 41. Town of Brockville, with the township of Elizabethtown thereto attached, 42. Town of Niagara, with the township of Niagara thereto attached, 43. Town of Cornwall, with the township of Cornwall thereto attached, b. New electoral divisions, 44. The Provisional Judicial District of Algoma, the County of Bruce, divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the North and South Ridings, 45. The North Riding of Bruce to consist of the townships of Barrie, Lindsay, Eastnor, Albemarle, Amable, Heron, Bruce, Elderslie, and Saugeon, and the village of Southampton, 46. The South Riding of Bruce to consist of the townships of Kincardine, including the village of Kincardine, Greenock, Brant, Huron, Kinloss, Culross, and Keyrick, the County of Huron, divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the North and South Ridings, 47. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Ashfield, Wawanosh, Turnberry, Howick, Morris, Gray, Colborne, Hullet, including the village of Clinton, and Mickillop, 48. The South Riding to consist of the town of Goderich and the townships of Goderich, Tucker Smith, Stanley, Day, Usborne, and Stephen, the County of Middlesex, divided into 3 ridings, to be called respectively the North, West, and East Ridings, 49. The North Riding to consist of the townships of McGillivray and Biddulph, taken from the County of Huron, and Williams East, Williams West, Adelaide, and Lobo, 50. The West Riding to consist of the townships of Delaware, Cardock, Metcalfe, Mosa, and Eckford, and the village of Strathroy. The East Riding to consist of the townships now embraced therein, and be bounded, as it is at present, 51. The County of Lambton to consist of the townships of Bowes and Kett, Warwick, Plympton, Sarnia, Moore, Enniskillen, and Brook, and the town of Sarnia, 52. The County of Kent to consist of the townships of Chatham, Dover, East Tilbury, Romney, Raleigh, and Harwich, and the town of Chatham, 53. The County of Bothwell to consist of the townships of Sombra, Don, and Euphemia, taken from the County of Lambton, and the townships of Zone, Camden, with the goer thereof, Orford, and Howard, taken from the County of Kent, the County of Grey divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the South and North Ridings, 54. The South Riding to consist of the townships of Bonting, Glenelg, Artemisia, Osprey, Normanby, Egremont, Proton, and Mellongton, 55. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Collingwood, Euphrasia, Holland, St. Vincent, Sydenham, Sullivan, Derby, and Keppel, Sarawak, and Brook, and the town of Owen Sound, the County of Perth divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the South and North Ridings, 56. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Wallace, Elma, Logan, Lees, Mornington, and Northeast Hope, and the town of Stratford, 57. The South Riding to consist of the townships of Blanchard, Downey, Southeast Hope, Fullerton, Hibbert, and the villages of Mitchell and St. Mary's, the County of Wellington divided into 3 ridings, to be called respectively North, South, and Centre Ridings, 58. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Amaranth, Arthur, Luther, Minto, Maryborough, Peel, and the village of Mount Forest, 59. The Centre Riding to consist of the townships of Garafroxaw, Erin, Aramosa, Nickel, and Pilkington, and the villages of Fergus and Elora, 60. The South Riding to consist of the town of Guelph, and the townships of Guelph and Quislinch, the County of Norfolk, divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the South and North Ridings, 61. The South Riding to consist of the townships of Charlotteville, Houghton, Walsingham, and Woodhouse, and with the goer thereof, 62. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Middleton, Townsend, and Wyndham, and the town of Simcoe, 63. The County of Haldimand to consist of the townships of Oneida, Seneca, Cayuga North, Cayuga South, Raynham, Walpole, and Dunn, 64. The County of Monk to consist of the townships of Kinborough and Moulton, and Sherbrooke, and the village of Dunville, taken from the County of Haldimand, the townships of Caister and Gainsborough, taken from the County of Lincoln, and the townships of Pelham and Waynfleet, taken from the County of Welland, 65. The County of Lincoln to consist of the townships of Clinton, Grantham, Grimsby, and Louth, and the town of St. Catharines, 66. The County of Welland to consist of the townships of Bury, Crowland, Humberstone, Stamford, Thorold, and Willoughby, and the villages of Chippewa, Clifton, Fort Erie, Thorold, and Welland, 67. The County of Peel to consist of the townships of Chincousy, Toronto, and the Gore of Toronto, and the villages of Brampton and Streetsville, 68. The County of Cardwell to consist of the townships of Albion and Caledon, taken from the County of Peel, and the townships of Atjala and Mono, taken from the County of Simcoe. The County of Simcoe, divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the South and North Ridings, 69. The South Riding to consist of the townships of West Willambury, Tecumseth, Innisfil, Essex, Tosorantio, Wilmer, and the village of Bradford, 70. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Nottawasaga, Sunnydale, Vespra, Flows, Oro, Medonte, Aurelia, and Motkadosh, Tiny, Ente, Balaclava, and Robinson, and the towns of Barry and Collingwood. The County of Victoria, divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the South and North Ridings, 71. The South Riding to consist of the townships of Ops, Mariposa, Emily, Verulam, and the town of Lindsay, 72. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Anson, Bexley, Carden, Dalton, Digby, Eldon, Fenelon, Hindon, Laxton, Lutterworth, Macaulay, and Draper, Somerville, and Morrison, Muskoka, Monk, and Watt, taken from the County of Simcoe, and any other surveyed townships lying to the north of the said North Riding. The County of Peterborough, divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the West and East Ridings, 73. The West Riding to consist of the townships of South Monaghan, taken from the County of Northumberland, North Monaghan, Smith, and Ennismore, and the town of Peterborough, 74. The East Riding to consist of the townships of Asphodel, Belmont, and Methuen, Douro, Dummer, Galway, Harvey, Minden, Stanhope, and Dysart, Oatnaby, and Snowdon, and the village of Ashburnham, and any other surveyed townships lying to the north of the said East Riding. The County of Hastings, divided into 3 ridings, to be called respectively the West, East, and North Ridings, 75. The West Riding to consist of the town of Belleville, the township of Sydney, and the village of Trenton, 76. The East Riding to consist of the townships of Thurlow, Tyendinaga, and Hungerford, 77. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Rawdon, Huntingdon, Maddock, Elsevier, Tudor, Marmora, and Lake, and the village of Stirling, and any other surveyed townships lying to the north of the said North Riding, 78. The County of Lennox to consist of the townships of Richmond, Adolphustown, North Fredericksburg, South Fredericksburg, Ernesttown, and Amherst Island, and the village of Napanee, 79. The County of Addington to consist of the townships of Camden, Portland, Sheffield, Hinchinbrook, Calidar, Kennebec, Oldham, Oso, Anglesey, Barry, Clarendon, Palmerston, Effingham, Abinger, Miller, Canonto, Denbigh, Loughborough, and Bedford, 80. The County of Frontenac to consist of the townships of Kingston, Wilf-Island, Pittsburgh, and Howe Island, and Storrington. The County of Renfrew, divided into 2 ridings, to be called respectively the South and North Ridings, 81. The South Riding to consist of the townships of McNabb, Bogot, Blithfield, Brome, Horton, Admiston, Groton, Mattawatchan, Griffith, Lindock, Raglan, Radcliffe, Broodnell, Sebastopol, and the villages of Arnprior and Renfrew, 82. The North Riding to consist of the townships of Ross, Bromley, Westmeath, Stafford, Pembroke, Wilberforce, Alice, Petawawa, Buchanan, South Algona, North Algona, Fraser, Mackay, Wiley, Rolfe, Head, Maria, Clara, Haggerty, Sherwood, Burns, and Richards, and any other surveyed townships lying northwesterly of the said North Riding. Every town and incorporated village existing at the Union, not especially mentioned in this schedule, is to be taken as part of the county or riding within which it is locally situate. The second schedule, electoral districts of Quebec specially fixed, counties of Pontiac, Ottawa, Archandale, Huntingdon, Missisquoi, Brom, Shefford, Stansted, Compton, Wilf and Richmond, Mégantic, town of Sherbrooke. The third schedule, Provincial Public Works and Property to be the property of Canada. 1. Canals, with lands and water power connected therewith. 2. Public harbors. 3. Lighthouses and piers, and Sable Island. 4. Steamboats, dredges, and public vessels. 5. Rivers and lake improvements. 6. Railways and railway stocks, mortgages, and other debts due by railway companies. 7. Military roads. 8. Custom houses, post offices, and all other public buildings, except such as the Government of Canada appropriate for the use of the provincial legislatures and governments. 9. Property transferred by the Imperial Government, and known as ordnance property. 10. Armories, drill sheds, military clothing, and munitions of war, and land set apart for general public purposes. The fourth schedule, assets to be the property of Ontario and Quebec conjointly. Upper Canada Building Fund, lunatic asylums, normal school, courthouses in Aylmer, Montreal, Kamouraska. Lower Canada Law Society, Upper Canada, Montreal Turnpike Trust, University Permanent Fund, Royal Institution, Consolidated Municipal Loan Fund, Upper Canada, Consolidated Municipal Loan Fund, Lower Canada, Agricultural Society, Upper Canada, Lower Canada Legislative Grant, Quebec Fire Loan, Témiscouata Advance Account, Quebec Turnpike Trust, Education East, Building and Jury Fund, Lower Canada, Municipalities Fund, Lower Canada Superior Education Income Fund. The fifth schedule, Oath of Allegiance.